Good morning. Wanted to share a few updates that's going on concerning Unaligned Church and where we're at, our vision, and the direction that we're going to be taking. We are currently in the stages of building this church, the website, and raising funds to meet the goal. The goal is $30,000. So far we have gotten one donation, and it wasn't actually on GoFundMe. And that donation was lovely, and I was restored a little bit, refreshed, hydrated, simply due to the fact that I know I'm in a generation where people are really thinking about themselves, or they have a misconception of the scripture when it comes to how Christians raise money. And I've already talked about that in a previous post, so I'm not going to go back and revisit that. But that man, Colonel Irving, he saw it, he believed, and he liked what we were about. Well, currently, the Discord we have is where we're hosting this church. Now, Colonel Irving had asked, where do you want land if you're going to go the route of an LLC? Do you have an area you've considered? Of course I do. I've had a few places I've considered, but I can't afford them right now. So this is what I'm going to do. Originally, the Discord was supposed to be for the donors. Well, no, hold on. It was for a benefit. If people donated and helped us build, then they would get early access to the online Discord. I'm going to go ahead and just release the Discord because that's where the church is at. It's not the website. I'm still building the website. So in the link, rather than the GoFundMe fundraiser, I'm going to put the link to the church. When you click that, should you go and, check us out, you'll have two options. You can either come in there as a member and you'll get your benefits. And as we evolve and we get the money, those benefits are going to be a thing. They'll be real. What benefits we can give will automatically happen, but the other benefits that's going to be talked about on the website and can also be found on the GoFundMe page, they're really great for members. Visitors is the second option when you click the Discord link. Visitors do not have access to certain channels because that will be reserved for members. So what do members get? Members get therapy, free therapy from the ministers. We're not professionals in the sense of a psychiatrist or a doctor. Like, we can't describe medicine, but we can pray. And I have actually taken courses and I've been trained to deal with drug addicts. Can I say that? I hope Instagram doesn't get me for that. In case you all don't know, these platforms are police now and you can't say certain things. I am never going to get used to this unalive term. I know what they're saying there, but Discord says that's against, Discord, not just Discord, but Instagram, Facebook, X, all these platforms are saying certain terms now and phrases are dangerous or offensive and harmful. So I hope that drug addict was not one of those terms. Otherwise, they can take this down and penalize me. But anyway, how can I rephrase that then? I have papers that allow me to provide counseling services to people. These people do not have to be saved, but I can counsel people. Now, with this, I just want to go ahead and throw this out there because I will be over the ministers. I'm the senior pastor and the head minister, and the ministers and associate pastors that will be under me. I'm going to tell them all this because where I'm in Kentucky, it is actually the law. There is a mandate that if the people we are talking to, though they are protected by a confidentiality policy, a privacy policy, and a HIPAA policy, here's the thing. If that person is going to harm themselves, or they're going to harm other people, or there's going to be a legal reason I will have to report my client or that congregation member to the proper health professionals and authorities at that point. It's not that I want to do that. I am under a mandate that says in those types of extreme situations, I have to report that. So just be aware that if you become a member at Unaligned Church and you want therapy, don't talk about things that will basically get you in trouble with the law or can get you into a medical facility. I'm not trying to say don't be yourself. I want people to be themselves. This service is a great thing and I'm excited to do it. And I want people to be honest. But if you all don't want to be reported in those ways, do not tell me and my team that. We will have to report it. It is not a violation of HIPAA. It is not a violation of our Confidentiality Act or our privacy policy. It is simply when we know life is in danger or that person is going to harm somebody else and then we don't do anything, we get in trouble. We will face penalties in the state that we live in. So there's that. As much as I'm excited about the therapy part for members, you all didn't need to know that. And then the other benefit that members will have, and visitors, I guess, instant access to the sermons. There's a lot of engaging channels. There's a lot of fellowship and connecting, and people can just be themselves. Discord is for gamers, but in the recent years, especially after Microsoft bought them, Discord has become really good for musicians or esports, just anybody who wants to do anything. So I like that the online church isn't a typical online church because we are on a platform that is known for gaming. But we're not there for gaming. We're there to connect and socialize and come together as brothers and sisters. Everybody is welcome here. I hope to see a lot of people come there, check us out, and get this. If you don't like it, you click up at the top or on your mobile device and you scroll up to the top and hit leave server. We don't want people to feel trapped. It's a come and go policy the whole time, even for members. If members are like, I don't want to have membership here, bye, Felicia. You ain't hurting our feelings. Bye. Hope you enjoy your journey someplace else. Like, we're not going to get, hurt because somebody left or a visitor left. But I've decided that as of today, it is officially going to be open to the public, when originally I truly only wanted it to be exclusive for the earlier stages of the church. So if people donated on the GoFundMe, if people emailed me and said, hey, I want in on this and wanted to join the staff, they're going to be in the Discord. It would have become public prior to the website being completed, or I was going to make it go public after we got the $30,000. That's unrealistic. I don't know when we're going to hit $30,000. It might be tomorrow. It could be next month. It could be 30 years from now. So this announcement is a good thing, and I'm glad I reassessed how to go about where is the online church, where is it going to be held, and who will have access to it. Everybody will. The last thing that I wanted to catch everybody up on is our goals. So the goal is not to stay online forever. The goal is to actually get a building somewhere in my community. And with this building, I have these rooms. And these rooms are different things. There's a therapy room. There's a fellowshipping room. A baptism would be up on the stage. This would be off first floor versus a second floor or a third floor type of church. Why? Because I think of the elderly and the seniors. It's hard on them. Everything I need to accomplish needs to be on one floor. At most, a second floor. And if I have a second floor, there needs to be an elevator. There needs to be an elevator or stairs, but I would prefer an elevator so they don't have to, the elders don't have to strain themselves. The way I would preach and teach is a combination of combining young and old. It's not right to just emphasize youth, and it's not right to only emphasize the elders. So what does that mean? That means there would be months, maybe 1 or 2 at a time, where I am going to be working to reach the youth. And then the other 1 or 2 months after those, I'm working with the elders. And if I can't do it that way, then there will be different times. So the kids, the youth, would see me from this time to this time, and then the elders would come in after them while they go off to the youth center and will hear me talk. Either way, people are going to get fed. It's just it's the idea that I have to appeal to both. I can't just do the whole, well, this is what the young people like, so forget you old people. No, everyone is important. Everyone has different preferences. Everybody likes certain types of worship versus different types of preaching styles. My preaching style will be consistent. I'm not going to be shouting. I'm not going to be running around crazily. I'm going to calmly be standing there. I might walk back and forth a few times. I'll be comfortable. Maybe I'll sit on the chair. Maybe I'll sit on a stool. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be relaxed. I'm not going to scream at people. I'm just going to talk to them as Christ spoke. I realize people like certain styles, but when I read the book, I'm sorry, screaming and running around crazily is not mentioned. Furthermore, I'm not there to put on a show. I'm there to teach, and I'm there to help, and I'm there to listen. So, my teaching style is going to be, I guess, what you would call laid back, relaxed. And if I have to become, quote, passionate, trust me, it's not what you think. It's not about speaking in tongues. None of that. I know that's a gift of the Spirit, but that's not what I want. And I told Yahweh Jehovah, I don't want tongues. Keep that away from me. There's too much taboo with that. There's too much mistranslation and misconceptions of that. Please don't give me tongues. And they're like, that's fine. We understand. We get you. This is what we would rather you do anyway. And I'm doing what they want, which is the Greek, the Hebrew, breaking stuff down. I'm doing that. The other thing that Unaligned is going to be doing, I just got off the phone with my prayer team leader, and we both decided that there's going to be the Sunday service and the Sunday teachers, and then the Sabbath service and the Sabbath teachers, where we're still small and we have hardly nobody. This is not effective. I'm just letting you all know, for the sake of this update, the direction that we're going and what we want. I am all about origin and origin truth and doing it right the way Yahweh intended. I'm not about doing what I would want or what I feel or what is traditionally known. I'm about their business, and I'm doing as they lead me to do. If the Lord is leading you who are listening to this to do a different way and a different approach with a different style, or if he is telling you to be traditional, Godspeed to you, God bless you. But for Unaligned, it is not going to be what you all think in that way. We are more flexible, and we're trying to include both types of Sabbaths, because I know the scripture, and no matter what people say, he never abolished the Sabbath. Humans abolished the Sabbath. He never did. So, of course, I'm going to emphasize the Sabbath. But what if there are people who can't get off on Saturday? Or what if there are people who just simply prefer Sunday? Either way, we will have 2 types of services. Currently, I will have to teach both. It would be great if I could get more pastors and ministers under me so I can designate that to, the Sunday group, and I can focus with the Saturday and the Saturday ministers and pastors. That would be wonderful, but we don't have that yet, but that's what we're going to do. What else was important? Thinking. There was a lot. Give me a second. So one thing that needs to be very clear so no one's caught off guard: people are free to come to Unaligned no matter what they believe, how they've been raised, and what they know, saved or not saved. But people who are specifically in the LGBT communities, they are welcome at Unaligned. I am not against anybody, but the sin thereof